Hey guys, welcome back to Thrive in Recovery, a life coaching course created by and for recovering addicts on all passive recovery. Doesn't matter what that looks like. If you're in recovery, this course will give you tools that will help your life. And hopefully, we're in week 5. Hopefully, up to this point, you've gained something useful that you're applying in your everyday life, whether that's living by your purpose, whether that's using your mind to serve you by reframing negative things and adding positive things like gratitude and affirmations. And hopefully you're not suffering your emotions as much as you are managing them and creating positive emotions of love and joy and compassion. And hopefully you're taking care of your physical body or just getting started and beginning your physical exercise journey and your nutrition journey. All these things will enhance your experience because they cover all the grounds of your experience, which is mind, emotion, physical, and now we're getting to spiritual, and we also covered purpose. So we are in week 5, and we are going over spiritual tools, and today we're going to be going over forgiveness and letting go. And we're going to start off with a video by a man who created a company called Mind Valley. His name's Vishen Lakhani, and he's been able to do lots of research into spirituality, and he brings a lot of stuff to the table. A lot of powerful people forward working with him, and it was his Mind Valley life coaching course that I had went through. So let's check it out.
When was the last time you practiced forgiveness? When was the last time you forgave someone? Whether it was a taxi driver who took you for a wrong ride, or it was someone who broke your heart way in the past. I came across something recently that just blew me away. I was not expecting it, and it had to do with some research that scientists were doing on how to access altered states. So you see, most people in the world today, we function in what is called the beta level brain frequency, or it's the waking state, right? But today, we know that our brains are far more complex than that, and there are different states of consciousness that you can access: alpha, theta, gamma, delta. And then within these states of consciousness, there are different aspects to it, from alpha amplitude to theta whole brain coherence. But when you access these states, they seem to give you access to unique ability. One of the most fascinating things that I found about altered states happened when I went to this lab. And there are actually multiple labs which are doing this, but what they do is they try to reverse engineer the brainwave states of monks. So they take these monks, they strap them to this equipment, and it measures the monk's brainwave state. And then they take ordinary folks, you get strapped to the equipment, and they attempt to reverse engineer the brainwave states of monks. And they were trying to get you, as you're doing this equipment, to play around with all of these different mindfulness techniques, prayer, creative visualization, to see what got you at those states. What you're seeing here is some video of me getting my brain strapped up before I go into one of these chambers. And I know forgiveness can be challenging. I know forgiveness can be really difficult. But what I found when I was in those chambers with my brain hooked up, going through 5 days of forgiveness, is that it fundamentally shifted me. And don't forget, as you practice forgiveness rituals, that one of the biggest things in life that you often need to forgive is yourself for wrong decisions you made in the past. Many of us still beat ourselves up for past mistakes. So you start by forgiving others, but by forgiving yourself. And forgiveness seems to release you. For example, scientists know that if you can access the alpha wave frequency at a conscious waking level, you tend to be more relaxed, you tend to be more chill. And in fact, when you're meditating, that's exactly what you're doing. So we've created this society, this culture, where we train people that they are monophasic, that they have only one phase, beta. But that's not real. You can access altered states and use these altered states to do some really incredible things in the world. In fact, Stephen Kotler wrote a book called Stealing Fire, which is about the altered state economy. And in that book, he says that the altered state economy is now over $1 trillion. And it ranges from Marines using technologies to get into states where they can focus better, to CEOs using these technologies to be able to magnify their impact, and ordinary people using these technologies to be able to get chill, meditate, and get in the zone, right? And one of the scientists, he had a fascinating story. What he said is that there was this one lady in one of his chambers once And she was showing a remarkable rise, a remarkable elevation in her states, more and more towards that monk-like reality. And he asked her, "What are you doing?" And she goes, "Well, I've been trying to forgive that bastard." And she was referring to her ex-husband. She was basically forgiving her ex-husband in her meditation, and it was causing her levels of what they call alpha amplitude, right, to spike, to go higher and higher and higher. So they started trying this with different people, including me. When you forgive, you're accessing new levels of consciousness. You're able to cause your alpha levels to go up, which means deeper and more profound meditation levels. But it's fascinating. Why is forgiveness doing this? I read about studies in Israel that showed that when you forgive people who wronged you, even way back in the past, you actually improve your endurance. Other studies show, and this was done at the University of Utrecht, that forgiveness can cause you to improve your vertical jump. Like, that's crazy, right? Especially if you're a basketball player, go ahead and forgive your opponents. But what's going on there is that forgiveness seems to unlock something superhuman about ourselves. Science is showing that the results are crazy. Forgiveness seems to improve bad back. It seems to improve your heart health. It makes you sleep better. It gets people to emerge out of depression sooner. The science is absolutely stunning. Now, in my quest to understand altered states, to understand how to optimize human consciousness so people can do more, can live better, can maximize their productivity of work, forgiveness is a key part of what I've been studying. So I go to these labs often. I develop my protocols for forgiveness, and for other related states such as compassion. If you find these ideas interesting, I want to invite you to check out a masterclass I'm doing. It's about an hour and 10 minutes, but I'm going to explain to you how to tap into these states, what these states look like. You're going to be given a map so that you can see how you can go from state 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. And when you have this map, you accelerate your evolution into these states. But if you find these ideas fascinating, go ahead and check out the masterclass. Have a journal, have a pen, and I can't wait to take you on an exploration of what's going on inside your head. I'll see you there.
So yeah, that was just a short video of him talking about all this science that has been researched and shown the benefits of forgiveness. And he also mentioned that he's on a pursuit to find the most optimized way to use our consciousness. And that's kind of what we're doing in this course, is we're trying to optimize how we use our mind, how we manage our emotions, how we treat our physical body, how we live our purpose in everyday life, and how we feel spiritually connected to the world. And forgiveness is a huge tool in that. Also, so is letting go. So now I'm going to go into the scientific benefits of forgiveness. This research was done using a AI app called Consensus, and it's basically all of the scientific data that you have access to all combined into an app, an AI app, that you could literally just ask it questions and it will tell you these things with research-backed data, and it'll even point you to where the research was done and the articles and all that stuff. So let's check it out. Forgiveness has been scientifically linked to various mental and physical health benefits. Reduce stress and better mental health. Studies show that forgiveness helps reduce stress, which in turn enhances mental health. One longitudinal study found that higher forgiveness levels were associated with lower stress and improved mental health over time. And here's the name of the research and the date. Improved physical health. Forgiving others and oneself has been linked to better physical health outcomes. A meta-analysis reported a positive correlation between forgiveness and physical health, suggesting that forgiveness can reduce physiological risks related to unforgiveness. And there's the guy's name who did the research and the year. And just to mention, Vishen, in that video I showed you, he went over the benefits and the what they studied when they researched that lady's mind and were researching his mind for 5 days. So work has been going into it, but this is also very new science, considering it's only been done in the last 10 to 15 years. Forgiveness has been scientifically linked to various mental and physical health benefits. So more of that is decreased negative emotions. Forgiveness helps decrease negative emotions like anger and rumination, contributing to improved psychological well-being. This effect was shown to mediate the positive relationship between forgiveness and mental health. An enhanced coping mechanism, forgiveness serves as a coping strategy that mitigates the negative effects of stress on mental and physical health. So basically, forgiveness plays a crucial role in emotional healing and personal growth. While it is often associated with pardoning someone else's wrongdoings, forgiveness is as much, if not more, about liberating oneself from the burden of resentment and pain. So I want to go in on this more. People think that forgiveness is about pardoning someone. It's not. It's not about letting people off the hook. It's not even for them. It's for you to drop the baggage that you're carrying in relation to that person or to that event. The more you walk around with that weight on you of resentment and frustration and anger and bitterness, the actually more you're poisoning your system. So forgiveness isn't as much about doing it for the other person as much as it is for you. And it has to come from a genuine place inside of you to work. So here's an in-depth exploration of how forgiveness contributes to emotional healing. You release emotional burdens, like I just said. Holding on to anger and resentment can lead to prolonged emotional suffering and stress. These negative emotions can weigh heavily on an individual's mental and physical health. Forgiveness acts as a release mechanism, allowing individuals to let go of this burden and move forward without the weight of past hurts weighing you down. This process can reduce feelings of depression, anxiety, and emotional distress. And sometimes it takes many sessions of forgiveness, many times of practicing, sometimes just the one event that's really weighing you down. It takes a long time to drop that sometimes, but you got to practice it, and it can be dropped. The weight can be lighter. The load can be lifted. It promotes inner peace. When someone chooses to forgive, they make a conscious decision to let go of negative emotions tied to an event or person. This act of releasing allows for the cultivation of inner peace and a sense of freedom. Instead of being consumed by past grievances, the individual can focus on the present moment and foster a more balanced emotional state. So there's a good example of how forgiveness is linked to helping you stay more present by letting go of past stuff that's weighing you down. And it helps you have a more balanced emotional state. One thing I wanted to look at was that one thing to note is that sometimes forgiveness comes automatically for people. There's a saying that the guru doesn't have to forgive because he already instantly understands that the other person is doing the best that they know how to the best of their ability. And sometimes that looks very sloppy and very messy, but they don't even create this resentment that they have to forgive and let go of. So it could become an automatic state of mind where you're just fulfilled from within. You understand people have their flaws, make their mistakes, do stupid things, but they're doing the best that they can with what they know how. This helps improve relationships. Forgiveness can pave the way for healthier relationships, both with yourself and with others. It helps mend broken connections by creating a space for trust and empathy to rebuild. Even when forgiveness is extended without reconciliation, it helps individuals understand their own capacity for compassion and patience, fostering strong relationships in the future. So the more you practice forgiving and letting go and not holding on to any pain that people have caused you, the more you start creating a atmosphere within you to be able to have these pure, trusting, empathetic, healthier relationships. It reduces physical stress. Carrying the weight of anger and bitterness can lead to physiological stress responses in the body, meaning your body, when you're angry, your body actually releases toxic chemicals that are actually toxic to your system. And it creates things such as increased blood pressure, weakened immune function. Forgiving can reduce these physical stressors, promoting overall health and well-being. The body's stress response tends to diminish as forgiveness takes place, leading to a more relaxed and stable state. So this could help just keep you grounded physically and your body functioning better without releasing so much stuff that comes with anger and bitterness. It enhances self-empowerment. Forgiveness does not mean condoning harmful actions or excusing behavior. It is about reclaiming control over one's emotional responses. So just to touch on that first sentence, so forgiving someone doesn't mean that the other person's actions are excused. It doesn't mean that their behavior is excused. It just means that you let go of it affecting you, right? You still may follow through with a punishment. You still may follow through with reprimanding or the consequences that come with their harmful actions, but you're not holding onto it internally. This act of letting go empowers individuals by shifting their focus from the pain caused by someone else's actions to their own ability to move beyond it. It makes you stronger. It signifies that the person no longer allows the past to define their emotional state or life choices. That's a powerful point. It fosters growth and perspective. Through forgiveness, individuals often gain a broader perspective on human behavior and the complexity of circumstances. Right, so you're not so narrow-minded when people make mistakes and people mess up and people let you down or they hurt you. Once you've practiced forgiveness enough times, you understand that they're doing the best they can with where they're at, and sometimes it looks ugly, sometimes it looks messy, but it doesn't really affect you as much anymore. This understanding can lead to personal growth, increased empathy, and a deeper recognition of one's own and others' imperfections. Recognizing that forgiveness is an ongoing process allows people to view it as a part of their journey toward growth rather than a single act. Right? So every time you forgive, you're working on becoming a better person. You're growing into a better person. Facilitating emotional resilience. By practicing forgiveness, individuals build emotional resilience. Each act of forgiveness is a testament to their strength, and every time it's like every time you lift a weight, you get stronger. The more you lift, the stronger you get. The same with forgiveness. Demonstrating that they can navigate and overcome emotional hardships. This resilience makes it easier to handle future challenges with a calm and centered approach. So that's self-explanatory. I'm sure you guys have experienced this, practicing this throughout your life. Forgiveness is a powerful tool in emotional healing. This is the conclusion. Forgiveness is a powerful tool in emotional healing. It allows individuals to unshackle themselves from the past and foster a state of peace, growth, and strength. While the process may be difficult, especially in the beginning, and may take time, especially depending on the event that you're trying to forgive and the situation and the person that you're trying to forgive, its benefits are profound and long-lasting. Ultimately, forgiveness is more about self-care than it is about others. It's a gift you give yourself to live a more fulfilled life, peaceful, and emotionally healthy life. Okay, so we're going to go into a forgiveness meditation, and this is one that you can find in the free group. It's in the classroom, so you go here, up in the classroom. You go to guided mindful meditations, and this is one that you could practice daily. You could do all of these in a row, but sometimes if you just want to work on forgiveness or you want to work on compassion or gratitude, you could just listen to these and work on it. But this is one that you could keep going back to if there's a specific event in your life that you really want to forgive and let go of. So let's get ready to exercise. Let's just meditate. Let's get ready to exercise forgiveness and then just relax. I'm going to disappear right here. And here we go. Seeing the situation. Sit comfortably, relax, and close your eyes. For the next 10 minutes, you don't have to be anything for anyone. You don't have to know anything. You don't have to do anything. Just relax. Take a deep breath in through your nose and hold your breath. Exhale. Take another deep breath through your nose. Hold your breath. Exhale. One more time, deep breath through your nose. Hold your breath. Exhale. Relax. Think of some incident or some occasion that caused a negative charge to build up inside of you. It could be something small or something big, but if you're just starting out, start with something minor. See that person that you need to forgive standing in front of you in a safe space in your mind. It could be at a beach, a forest, a garden, wherever you feel safe. Look at that person and express how you feel. Tell them exactly what they did to harm or betray you, as if you were reading the charge out in a court. For a few moments, allow yourself to feel the pain. Now stop focusing on the pain and draw your attention to the person who wronged you again. Try to see it from their eyes, as difficult as this may initially seem. Think about how they may perceive the situation. Go further and think about what they could have experienced in their life that caused them to behave the way they did. Remember, hurt people hurt people. After you've seen the situation from their eyes, reflect on what you may have learned from this incident. What was your insights? What did you gain? How did it help you grow? Did this incident help you become stronger or wiser? As you see this person in front of you, choose to forgive them. If you can, imagine giving them a hug as a symbol of your forgiveness. You may repeat this process with the same incident and the same person every day, depending on the gravity of the incident When you feel like you can hug the person with no negative charge, you can move on to another person. Now become aware of your body. Become aware of your surroundings. Gently and slowly open your eyes. So yeah, that's a simple forgiveness guided meditation to help you guide yourself through these scenarios of situations that you want to forgive. And one thing to keep in mind is that if really like you don't feel like there's anything that you haven't already let go of, or any person that you haven't already forgiven, or you can't think of anybody, one thing you can always revert back to is yourself. You've got to remember, have you totally forgiven yourself? Forgiven yourself for the choices you made in your addiction, forgiving yourself for, my problem is I always get mad at myself for how much time I wasted, how much of my life I wasted running around doing stupid stuff. So just now through this practice, I worked on forgiving myself. And in time, you'll be able to let go of that stuff and just move on. So as always, celebrate yourself throughout this process. It is important. Everything learned is a win. Everything practiced is a win. Everything that you apply in your life that makes it better is a win. And you're taking the time to invest in yourself. And because of that, you will gain the positive changes in your life, and so will your loved ones. When you're fulfilled, when you're full of forgiveness, you're present, your mind is serving you, your emotions aren't controlling your actions, and you're physically in good shape and good health, I mean, man, you're going to show up great for your loved ones, and they're gonna love you for that. And as always, remember to take your time. This isn't a race. This is a lifelong journey. I'll see you on the next video and in the community.